Welcome into All Things LA Real Estate. My name is PK. Knoll. I'm running point on this channel. This is your February real estate update. We're heading out to Silverlake, Echopark, two of the most desirable neighborhoods on the east side. If you're not exactly familiar with where they stand, if you're in Hollywood Boulevard or Los Feliz, you continue to take, Sunset Boulevard down southeast. It's basically the two neighborhoods that sit in between those neighborhoods and downtown Los Angeles. Very desirable, great commercial areas up and down Sunset Boulevard. They got bars, they got incredible restaurants. We got a restaurant report coming out for Silver Lake here in the next couple of days. Coffee shops, shopping, the whole 9 yards. Incredible schools in the neighborhood. Pretty high ticket prices in general, not the highest. We're going to get into all that stuff as well, but an incredible place to live. I lived there myself in Silver Lake for over 8 years, so very desirable spot. I love living there. We're going to get into everything that's important here from a financial perspective. What's the numbers looking like in the neighborhood? I know it's not the most exciting topic, but if you're somebody who's looking in these neighborhoods, it is a vital aspect to understand. We're going to get into the current statistics. We'll do some month-over-month stuff. We'll look at some year-over-year stuff, and we'll give you a full scope as far as what's going down in the real estate market in Silver Lake and Echo Park. Now, before we get into the specifics of the neighborhood, we do got to touch on one thing that's very important, which is rates, right? Rates have been influencing the real estate market heavily for the past basically 3 years since the pandemic, essentially. And the current, substance of what's going on is rates have been extremely high since the 2021 chaos that we saw. They just reached up over 7 as well. We have some expectations that things will settle as inflation gets down to 2%. The Fed has made that clear. Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Board, did come out recently. He did not do a rate cut in his first meeting from the Fed. He made it very clear his next meeting is in March, I think March 20th. He will probably not be doing another rate cut at that time again. So the earliest anticipation that we can start to see the interest rates really take a jump down, which we desperately need, would possibly be May, likely June. We're still anticipating that we could have 3 cuts this year. I think the over-optimists who thought it was going to be 6 are probably kind of shelving that idea. So 3 is still the expectation. Whether that comes in 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months is yet to be determined. But hopefully those numbers can stay consistent. Jobs report's okay. We did have not the greatest CPI number that just came out yesterday as far as when taping this. But let's get into Silver Lake Echo Park. Let's see exactly what's going on in the neighborhood, and we'll kind of break everything down. So we got 50 homes available for sale. 6 of those homes have seen price drops about 12%. So not a crazy number there. And it's actually a big jump. We saw a big lag. Not a lot of people were prepping their houses over the December month, which is kind of normal. But we got all the way down to 37 homes available for sale last month in the 2 neighborhoods. So we've jumped back up to 50. If we look at 2023 averages, we do this every single month. So if you've been following along, we saw that number consistently in the mid-60s. So we're still a pretty, solid amount off of that number here. And then 2023, we had inventory issues. So we got to get back to the mid-60s. Hopefully people are kind of prepping up with all that stuff as we jump into the summer months. And we can start to see some inventory in the neighborhood. The minimum price to get in the neighborhood right now is $525K. Any of the desirable east side neighborhoods, the land is essentially worth about $550, $500K itself. So as you might assume with this $525,000 home, it needs some serious work. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're not getting into Silver Lake or Echo Park for $525 with a turnkey, beautiful home. Even if it is 600, 500 square feet, you're going to have to put in some work if you're going to come in at this ticket price. Maximum right now is $3.995 million. You always want to keep an eye on that number. We want to see that number staying high because it drives everything else up. It's very good if you're a homeowner in these neighborhoods. Average price right now for the homes available for sale is $1.596, $368. That is the second straight month to start the year that we've seen that average number below $1.6 million. Normally in Silver Lake Echo Park, the average home price is $1.75. So we're about $150K for back-to-back months below where we want that average number to be. So that means you're probably not getting big appreciation early in 2024. It also means there might be some value in the neighborhoods if you can handle that 7% interest rate that's coming at you, because once that rate starts dropping down to 6.5, 6, and especially if we see a 5 to start that interest rate, you can expect an influx of buyers coming into the market and those prices to jump heavily. We got 150K to make up just in general with the average. Anticipate that to go higher as soon as we ever see those rates come down, but could be 6-12 months before any of that kind of stuff starts to happen. Median 1.522. Average days on market is 44. Pretty solid number. It was 69 last month, so we had a big jump off. But obviously, when you had 13 new homes to the inventory, there's only 50, over 20% increase as far as the amount of inventory, that drops the number down big time. So February 2023, 17 homes sold, 101% clip. So not a hot February last year, only 17 homes. So we're really looking, as we get into 2023, one of the things that we want to see for a healthy market is we got to start seeing some year over year improvements, right? 2021 was crazy. 2022 was split. 2023 was frankly terrible. So we're hoping 2024, we're not going to have an incredible year. We're going to have high rates. We're going to deal with the inventory issues. It's an election year, so things are always murky when that kind of stuff is coming about as well. But we're really hoping to see some year over year jumps as far as things go as we move forward. So let's go take a look and see how the year started out in January in the neighborhood so we can get some relevant information as far as what's going on. Taking a look at last month's statistics is always a very vital aspect of the real estate game, especially if you're somebody who's looking right now. One major piece of advice I cannot emphasize enough is if you are thinking about buying a home sometime soon, even if it's just this year in general, get with an agent now. They can help you with the game plan. They do not cost you any money. You will never make an offer if the house isn't right for you. And any sane real estate agent is going to help you along the path, whether it's me or somebody else. Get with an agent, get some extra professional eyes on the market. The way the real estate game works right now is you will not pay that agent. He is paid through the transaction, through the seller. Major real estate case going on right now. We're going to have a video on that coming out on the channel, so subscribe if you want to kind of see that there might be some major shifts in the real estate game. But as far as how today stands, you want to get with the buyer's agent sooner than later. Sign with somebody, get the help. It doesn't make sense otherwise. So in January, we had 12 homes sell at a 99% clip. That is a 40% drop month over month. We had 20 sell in December. We dropped all the way down to 12. Not only did we drop to 12, but Silver Lake's a very popular neighborhood, especially for home sales. The schools are incredible. There's very little homeless throughout any of the neighborhoods, and that's pretty tough to say when you talk about the two worst areas for homeless people is Hollywood and downtown Los Angeles. So the fact that they don't deal with a lot of homeless is a little bit under that Silver Lake Boulevard bridge by the 101 on kind of the south side of Silver Lake. A couple of sporadic stuff as you get closer to downtown and Echo Park, but generally very safe neighborhoods, great places to raise your kids if you can afford to get into the neighborhood. But we got some big declines. A 1% under list price last month so shows that some of these home sellers are starting to settle. We only have 12% price drops, so we're keeping our eye on that number as well. A lot of neighborhoods are starting to deal with 20 and 30% price drops because they just don't have the buyer demand. $885K was the minimum sale in January. We had a sale for $2.7 million on the top end of the neighborhoods. We want to see that number jump up over 3 again, just because everything gets driven with the ceiling of the neighborhood and improves everybody's kind of outlook on the neighborhood. But it's just very tough. Not a lot of people can finance at 7% when you're dealing with high ticket prices. So you're really kind of secluded to just cash buyers on anything really above $2.5 million at this juncture. So average price as far as the home is sold, 1.395, 470. That is down $200K from what we're normally looking to see. Normally that number, as we kind of mentioned in the last jump, is 1.7. We're down right around 1.4. So 200K specifically in comparison to the December numbers. But there is some, from logistical financial perspectives, there's some strong reasonings why Silver Lake and Echo Park should be a good opportunity for you. Because if you look at some of the surrounding neighborhoods, as far as the average prices go right now, Glendale just to the north up here, 1.6 million. For me, I would rather live in Silver Lake than Glendale, though Glendale is an incredible neighborhood, low on crime, good schools, Glendale Galleria, great commercial stuff. So we're kind of picking at straws, but when you can save about 100K on average to come down to Silver Lake, I'm a big fan of that. And then you just look straight to the west in Los Feliz, one of maybe the most overpriced neighborhoods on the east side. Los Feliz average homes available for sale right now is 4.2 million. So you're telling me I can just go a little bit east on Sunset Boulevard and save 60% off my home? That's something certainly I'm going to be taking a peek at and looking to do. Median price right now, 1.275 million. Average days on market, 21 days for the homes that sold. So of these 12 homes, we had a bunch of them. First round open house over the weekend. Got the offers, went off the table. A realtor's dream, a home seller's dream. This is another insight. If the perfect home becomes available in the perfect neighborhood at your price point, you will not be able to wait to make that offer. You got to be ready. That's why it makes sense to work with the agent now. So if that home becomes available and you can afford it at the rates that are going right now, you want to be able to make that offer after that open house from the first day. Otherwise, somebody's going to beat you to the punch. January of 2023, we had 13 homes sell, 109% decline. So only a 7% decline year over year, 13 versus 12. Pretty solid there. But what we really need to see in 2024 is some year over year increases, because inventory was just trash essentially when it comes to 2023. It's going to be a minute until we see those, homes get back onto the market and we can start to see those jump. But we're really hoping as we move into May and April and June and July that we can start having some year over year increases on the sales side of things and get back to a normal market. So we do this every single month for this neighborhood and a lot of neighborhoods. So definitely subscribe if you want to kind of keep in touch with how things are going. Thank you so much for watching the video. We do this every single month for almost every neighborhood on the east side. We're doing Pasadena, Silverlake, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, Glendale, La Cañada, El Sereno, Cypress Park. The list goes on and on. So like and subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. If you're somebody who's looking to purchase a home on the east side of Los Angeles or sell your home, I am happy to help out with you. Reach out to me. You can send me a direct message online, or all of my phone numbers are listed. Even if you're somebody who's hesitant with 7% interest rates, that puts us in the same boat. It always helps to start preparing for future opportunities, because you don't want to miss the boat there. We will tread lightly. We will look for value, and we will get it done. I also do a ton of other videos. I get into the schools. I get into, the restaurants in the neighborhood. I get into the attractions in the neighborhood. I do some other fun videos like quick cribs. So once again, like and subscribe if you are so inclined. Have a great day. Be kind.
Yeah.